We are reacting to Tales of Toronto, the crazy story of Getta. Do you know who Getta is?
No.
Well, I guess we're about to find out.
But first to the deadly confrontation outside a Toronto LCBO store with a man shot and killed.
Witnesses describing a possible argument over physical distancing.
Now, police sources tell us about a fight over social distancing rules that began inside this LCBO yesterday afternoon.
The witnesses say they did hear the victim and his alleged killer yelling at each other inside the LCBO. In fact, they heard one shout, "Get the expletive away from me, man," in the moments leading up to the shooting.
Yeah, that's the block. You know, I go to Toronto and shit. This is how I'm gonna come prepared. You know what I mean? All right, yo, fam.
Weezy out of here.
Yo, Cruddy. I'm Toronto himself. You know what I mean?
It's October 25th, 2020, and
Oh,
a routine
shit.
trip to an LCBO store has turned deadly. A brief dispute over social distancing between a local rapper known as Getta.
Social distancing. Oh shit. So Getta was taking his he was taking his corona practices seriously. All right, he doesn't want the coronavirus. He got the mask on and shit due to coronavirus. He doesn't want to get the virus. No one did in 2020. But you know, social distancing, it's a big thing. You know, I'm not trying to catch corona because at that time no one knew how deadly that shit was. We didn't know it was all this propaganda and shit.
Weezy out of here.
So I kind of understand.
And 21-year-old Cuba escalated into a fatal confrontation, leaving a city stunned and searching for answers. On today's episode of Tales of Toronto, I will be providing answers to the lingering question: how did a moment of frustration spiral into irreversible violence? Michael Roberts, better known by his stage name Getta, is a
Michael
rapper reigning from
fucking
Toronto.
Roberts.
With his parents and two siblings, Getta was raised in Cataraqui, a housing project in the southwestern part of Scarborough. Cataraqui has a rich history. It's a predominantly Caribbean block and is known to foster some of the city's brightest musical talents. By
You don't want to
putting
fuck
together
them
annual
Caribbean
block parties and basketball
motherfuckers.
showdowns, Cataraqui has fostered a tight-knit community. Despite being such a lively community, Cataraqui has faced numerous challenges over the years, including being labeled as one of the more dangerous blocks in the six.
Teenage boy shot dead at residence in Toronto East End. Man 22. Yo, sorry, I have to read this in like Canadian accent, bro. Man 22 shot leg on Cataraqui Crescent. Toronto police seek man wanted in shooting investigation. Teenage boy shot dead at residence in Toronto's East End. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Weezy out of here.
But look, there's some everyday news in Chicago. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? This is all I wake up to. News like this. Ain't that right, Juan?
Yeah.
It's a pandemic full of this shit. We need to stop the violence. I'm gonna be the one that stops the fucking violence. Put the gun down, gloves up.
Weezy out of here.
First blocks in the six. Before June 1998, the housing project was referred to as District 13 before
Holy
Toronto's
shit.
Housing Committee renamed it Block 13. Many of the people that live
Nah,
in Block
District 13
feel
sounds
that this
harder.
community had made strides in dealing with strife from various gangs, guns, drugs, and prostitution. Toronto police, on the other hand, regard the troubled block as a silent yet rapidly growing criminal organization. As early as the 90s, many adults, young adults and youth from the neighborhood have shown allegiance to the Crip Street gang,
Right.
calling themselves the Block 13 Crips.
Holy
they have
shit.
traditionally been friendly towards other Crip sets across Scarborough, but when it came to crews reigning from Teesdale, a block just a 5-minute drive away, it was a whole different story. Cataraqui's war-torn history with Teesdale is rumored to have sparked in the summer of 1999 when two members of the Block 13 Crips were caught extorting drugs from a Teesdale crew member, which resulted in a brutal assault at Kennedy Station. The neighborhood
Holy.
strives to this day, and unfortunately, Getta reaped the consequence.
Dude, I don't give a fuck about the ads. Anti-Defamation League, Anti-Semitism in Schools Report 2024 paid for by the Blue Square Alliance Against Hate. Stand up to Jewish hate! Now, I am 1% Jewish myself, you know? And I haven't experienced any hate, any racist slurs towards me, you know, being Jewish. Free, yo, bro. Yo, that's fucked up, bro. We know you're Palestinian, brother. You support that side. Stay on that side. It's Palestine all the way, alright? If I had to pick, it's Palestine. Free Palestine. But stand up to Jewish hate. You know, as a Jewish man myself, being 1% Jewish, I haven't got hate. So I don't know if this is false propaganda or not, but... You know, online is a big thing, but in real life, no one has ever came up to me saying, you fucking J-E-W. You know what I mean? No one called me a Jewish boy before. Nothing like that. Juan, have you called me that?
No.
I feel like you have. Let's
So you
change.
kissed the wall before.
Well, let's change that. Someone in my chat said, let's change that.
His upbringing was rough, to say the least, with his mother being white and his father being black.
His upbringing was rough. His mother was white and his father was black. So that's why he was, his upbringing was rough.
Weezy out of here.
Getta was bullied from a young age because he
Okay.
was mixed race. On one occasion in the
Really?
4th grade, he was jumped by a group of kids and
Holy
robbed his allowance
shit.
and cell phone.
Nah,
Soon
I'm
after
not
this
gonna lie.
incident, on one occasion in the 4th grade, he was
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not letting no one jump me like this. I'm standing on all 10 toes and shit. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. I got a brawl in there and shit. I don't give a fuck if I get knocked out. You know, I gotta throw my ones in. I'm not gonna let no group bitch me around. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I gotta at least get one good lick. I at least gotta knock one motherfucker out. You know, I don't give a fuck if I get knocked out because it's 5 against 1 or 4 against 1. But I gotta get one good lick, and I'm not gonna lie. Especially if I'm from Toronto, fam. You know, what's so funny?
Your accent.
Yo, fam, don't disrespect the accent, you know? Novocaine Press.
Weezy out of here.
Jumped by a group of kids and robbed of his allowance and cell phone.
Nah.
Soon after this incident,
Yo,
he
I'm
began
not
targeting
letting that
countless
shit
bullying
slide,
of
bro.
School kids. It got so bad, he would sneak out of school early in order to get home safely. The harassment carried on into his high school years. In one instance, a group of kids were waiting for him to arrive home. When he
Right.
reached his front porch, they jumped
Holy
him and the brawl
shit.
ensued. His father opened the door and the neighbors broke up the fight, but 5 minutes later, there were 5 to 10 people banging on their door, trying to get inside. His father called the police and they soon arrived to mediate the situation. The constant harassment took a toll on Getta.
To mediate it? What the fuck you mean? They're breaking into his house. Like, fucking get the fuck out, bro. Arrest them. Fuck you mean mediate it?
Not only did his attendance at school quickly decline, but he started to get in trouble with the law. At 15 years old, he obtained his first 2 charges.
Holy
assault
fuck.
and assault causing bodily harm. He spent 2 months in custody.
This is the
1
day
month
he
under community
became a man
supervision,
from
and
a
given
boy.
27 months probation plus a 2-year weapons prohibition. Then, at 18 years old, he was charged with possession of property obtained by crime under $5,000 and given 15 months probation. Go-Getta's troubles were just beginning. Soon after his release from custody, his family home was the target of 5 separate shootings. On the first occasion, the
Oh,
then
God.
14-year-old Go-Getta was told that some random guys showed up at the front of the house and started
Is
firing
this the
shots
real
at his brother.
footage?
On the second occasion, he had just returned home to find that the police had arrived after someone fired shots at the front window of the house. On the third occasion, he was in the shower when he heard a loud bang.
Oh,
When he
no.
and his father went to investigate, they discovered that the front door had been damaged. The police determined that someone had fired a shotgun at the door. The fourth occasion was a drive-by shooting when someone came out of the sunroof of a vehicle and started shooting at his father and his father's friend. On the fifth and last occasion, which was
That's
either in
terrible.
2017 or 18, he was playing Fortnite when someone
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If, like, you know, when I play Fortnite shit, I don't want no disturbance. I'm locked in, alright? That's my game of choice. I like playing fucking Fortnite. If I hear gunshots, I'm seeing red. I'm not gonna lie. You don't fucking disturb a grown man's game of playing fucking Fortnite. You know, anything else, whatever. But if I'm playing Fortnite, bro, that's where we cross the fucking line.
Weezy out of here.
Come outside, let's run that shit. Cause you're not gonna disturb me and my fucking win.
fired a shot through the front window of their house, leaving a bullet in the drywall. In each of these instances,
Not
police
the
attended
drywall.
the home. Fortunately, no one was ever injured, but the rapper had detailed an incident which suggests it's because of what block he's from. Sometime in May 2020, his 8 months pregnant girlfriend was driving his Acura to her parents' townhouse,
Oh,
located
God.
near Greenwood and Danforth Avenue. The windows of the car were tinted and Getta was sitting in the front passenger seat.
Right.
When his girlfriend pulled over and parked beside the curb near her home, he noticed a black male walking on the sidewalk.
First of all, why are you letting your pregnant girlfriend drive the car? 8 months pregnant.
The male's hood was up, his hands were in his pockets, and he was looking at the Acura. When Getta opened his car door, the male approached him and asked him, "Where you from?" Getta responded, "What do you mean where I'm from?
Yeah, like,
I
what
don't
the
know
fuck you mean?"
You don't know me." The man got angry and responded by saying, "Who are you talking to?" Getta then looked away from the male for a split second to unbuckle his seatbelt, at which point the male pistol whipped him in the area of his right eyebrow and then
Nah, not in front of the girl.
ran away. The attack left him with a visible scar on his right eyebrow.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd feel some type of way in front of my 8-month pregnant girlfriend. I get pistol whipped by a random. And by the way, they didn't say it just like that.
Responded by saying, "Who are you talking to?"
He didn't say, who are you talking? He said, yo fam, who you talking to?
Getta then looked away from the male for a split second to unbuckle his seatbelt, at which point the male
Hey, at least it's safety, you know what I mean? You know, he has a seatbelt on and shit. I can't, you know what I mean?
area of his right eyebrow and then ran away. The attack left him with a visible scar on his right eyebrow. Getta didn't call the police after the incident. Rather, he purchased a firearm for $4,000 from a friend the next day. He says the pistol
Jesus.
whipping was the last straw, and despite being under a firearm prohibition order, he purchased the gun to not just protect himself, but his girlfriend and their child who was born a few weeks after the attack.
Right.
Knowing what Getta has been through up until this point, it's not hard to understand why he would purchase the firearm. Sadly, this rash decision would prove to be the catalyst in the death of Kuba.
Kuba. Is Kuba Polish? That's a Polish name.
21-year-old Jakub Sudamericki, nicknamed Kuba by
Jakub.
loved ones, was born in Toronto at Women's College Hospital on January 15th during the infamous winter storm of 1999. He was a
Ah, just
natural
poke my
athlete who
eye.
excelled at many sports, but skiing was his passion. His skill on the hill began at a young age. At 26 months, and with a few short breaks, he skied with his dad for 6 hours up and down
Right.
river Styx, already exhilarated by his newfound love of the sport. Kuba loved speed and his skill on
Did Kuba turn to gang violence?
the slopes resulted in many club championship race victories, and ultimately the 2012 Whistler Cup in the under-14 slalom category. Kuba always followed his own path. He loved adventure and the excitement of life. Those close to Kuba described him as having the most amazing energy which impacted everyone he knew. He touched the lives of the people around him with his
Right.
curious nature, his sense of humor, his hilarious antics, and his great warmth. He had an incredible ability to connect with people, and they were drawn to his charming nature and enthusiasm for life. Kuba loved his friends and was fiercely loyal. He never left a room without saying goodbye to everyone. Kuba came from a loving family who would do anything for him, which makes it all the more
Oh, this is how motherfuckers be describing their children when they like shot and killed up a whole fucking gang and shit, or they've been in that gang life. He was a sweetheart. He didn't do anything wrong. He was a mama's boy.
Difficult to understand why he turned to drug trafficking to support himself when he turned 21. According to Ontario Provincial Police, on Saturday, March 28, 2020, Huronia West OPP officers stopped a speeding vehicle on Highway 26 at around 9 p.m. The driver, Kuba, had a suspended license, and officers found that there was a quantity of cannabis readily available to him. And
Come on, Kuba.
Found an even larger quantity of pot, a small amount of cocaine, several cell phones, scales, a large amount of cash, and a knife.
Jesus.
In addition to speeding, Kuba was subsequently charged with possessing cannabis for the purpose of selling, possession
Oh my
of proceeds
God.
of property obtained by crime over $5,000,
Kuba.
possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, and driving while under a criminal code suspension. Despite his legal woes, Kuba was back on road by October, which is when he would encounter Getta.
Holy shit.
New limited time raspberry smoothies.
Does it look like I want a fucking smoothie right now? I'm learning about Kuba over here because first of all, I didn't know Polish people got active like that, especially in Toronto, fam. And then I get a Wawa ad? Okay, I didn't hear about Wawa until this year. What the fuck is a Wawa? Oh, bro, I know they're taxing OD on this fucking smoothie. You know what I mean? Like, this is OD, bro. Like, I know there's probably 20 bucks for this little ass fucking smoothie. Get this shit out of here.
Fresh off the release of his debut single, the then 20-year-old Getta intended to go to a friend's birthday party on October 25th, 2020, and planned to leave his house at 6 p.m. He stated that he woke up at around noon and smoked a marijuana joint a few minutes later. He took a shower, ate some food, and then hung out with his brother. He
Hold up.
around noon and smoked
I have an issue with this right here. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Look at the way he eats the fucking hamburger.
the marijuana joint a few minutes later. He took a shower, ate some food.
What the fuck? What type of sick fuck do you... First of all, what type of sick fuck do you have to be to start eating the other side? Is this not sick in the head?
It's fucked up.
Like, bro, just finish it. What the fuck made you just flip it and... You know, it is a free world. You can do what you want. But bro, that is sickening. Like, I'm talking to you. What the fuck are you doing? You sick fuck. Get help. The fuck is all that shit about, bro? Mental illness, for sure.
And then hung out with his brother. He played Fortnite in his brother's bedroom and continued to smoke marijuana. He played Fortnite until 4:30 p.m., which is when 15-year-old Ms. Jalea Costain Williams showed up at his house. Getta described her as just a friend, but acknowledged that he was hoping that their relationship
She
would
set him up.
go somewhere. They had met at a party in June 2020, spoke a lot on the phone, and had seen each other about 4 times. Ms. Williams had earlier asked him if she could go to his friend's party, and Getta told her, no problem. After smoking nearly 7 joints with his brother, Getta began getting anxious. Ms. Williams noticed this and told him, Michael, I see you're high. It's okay. You don't have to be nervous. You can just relax.
Nah, bro, if a bitch tells me that, fam, she finna backdoor me. Yo, I'm not getting with it. What do you mean, relax? That's the whole reason why I smoked a joint, fam. The fuck you mean, relax? That's how you know you're about to get backdoored when the bitch starts saying relax. What the fuck you mean, relax? Hell no, I can't relax.
After being reassured, Getta got comfortable, calmed down, and decided to drive to an LCBO with Ms. Williams to grab a bottle of Hennessy and some champagne. At 5:24 p.m., Getta and Ms. Williams can be seen on camera arriving to the LCBO located on 3111 Danforth Avenue. Getta had his gun, which was on the left side of his waist and tucked into his boxers. Getta, with Ms. Williams following behind him, he grabbed 2 bottles of champagne. He then went to the middle of the store and waited for a worker he knew as Mr. Yilmaz to
Mr. fucking Yilmaz, huh?
retrieve the Hennessy from the locked cabinet. According to Getta, he had a good rapport with Mr. Yilmaz. He always said whenever he went to that LCBO and they had conversations, laughed together, and talked about sports. After grabbing the Hennessy, Mr. Yilmaz asked Getta, would you mind coming to my line after? To which he replied with, no problem. When Getta made his way to Mr. Yilmaz's line, he noticed Kuba standing in front of him counting cash on the counter. As soon as he got to the counter, Kuba looked at him and told him, back the f*** up. You're
Oh, hold up. White boy, Polish boy getting crazy now. You telling Getta that shit? Holy
too
fuck.
close to me. Confused, Getta replied, what? I'm not even close to you. Kuba replied back, bro, I said back the f*** up. You're too f***ing close to me. Notice the tension building between the two. Mr. Yilmaz gestured with his left hand.
White boy got some spice. Kuba, fuck, them Polacks, bro. Them Polish people, you know what I mean? He went from skiing to fucking trapping. Holy fuck. That's crazy. I mean, shit, is that what that Toronto life does?
Asked Getta to step back, at which point he moved back.
I'm not letting no one named Kuba fucking disrespect me, alright? I'm slapping the shit out of him.
Getta and Kuba exchanged an intense yet brief stare down before Kuba paid for his liquor and left the establishment. Following the tense exchange, Getta became paranoid, thinking someone was going to call the police, and since he had a gun on him, he decided
did the bitch have something to do with this?
With Ms. Williams and go back to his car and out of the public eye. Cameras caught the moment Getta exited the establishment while shuffling through his satchel for his car keys. As soon as he stepped out of the LCBO, he saw Kuba stop, turn around, and look at him. Go Getta didn't think much of it and walked towards his car, still searching for his car keys in his satchel. Once he reached his vehicle, he looked down towards his pockets to find his keys, and when he looked back up, he was shot.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not getting Swiss cheese by someone named Kuba looking like this, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I've seen too many of them, alright? I grew up with Polish people in my life. They're sweet as fucking ice cream, alright? Kuba, brother, listen. You're sweet as ice cream, brother. You're not doing shit. You're not Swiss cheesing me. I'm sorry, brother. You went from skiing to... Come on, fam. You had your whole life ahead of you, fam. Iceman dropping the 6th, fam.
To find Kuba standing directly in front of him. According to Go Getta, the following interaction is what ensued. Kuba, in a menacing tone and through his clenched teeth, said, "What's popping you?"
Yo, bro.
Pocket, pointed it at Go Getta's stomach and asked him, "What you gotta say now?" Enraged by the racial slur and remembering how badly he was bullied as a child because of his race, Go Getta flew into a blind rage and immediately reached for his gun with his right hand and pulled it out from his waistband. According to
Sorry, Kuba, you're getting Swiss cheese. You say some shit like that to me. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's up. Fuck the boxing gloves. Pull that motherfucker out my satchel and shove him. Sorry, brother.
Witnesses, Kuba screamed no, then ran in between two parked cars.
What do you mean no?
Completely unaware Go Getta was right behind him. Go Getta then shot Kuba once in the back, causing him to scream these last words before collapsing. "You shot me. You fucking shot me." 911.
Yeah, what would you think was gonna happen? Like, oh, don't shoot me, but we're just role playing. Kuba, fuck around, find out, brother.
911 calls came flooding in, and police and EMS arrived shortly after. 8 minutes after fleeing the scene of the shooting, Go Getta was arrested at his friend's house and taken to 41 Division. Kuba was taken to St. Michael's Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 6:25 p.m. that day. He was Toronto's 60th murder victim of 2020.
Jeez, 60th? Holy shit! Yeah, you know they get away with shit like that in fucking Toronto all the time. You can Swiss cheese somebody and the next day you're out.
But first to the deadly confrontation outside a Toronto LCBO store with a man shot and killed.
Witnesses describing a possible argument over physical distancing.
Now, police sources tell us about a fight over social distancing rules that began inside this LCBO.
Yeah, it was more than social
They
distancing.
did hear the victim and his alleged killer yelling.
Holy fuck, I fucked the shit out of this bitch. Yo, do you ever wonder, like, when you fuck, like, if you ever fucked, like, a news reporter, and, like, you're fucking her, she has, like, her news reporter voice on? Like, you know what I mean? You're fucking the shit out of her. She's like, reporting live. I'm getting fucked by Alex. On the news today. You know? I always wondered.
Yeah, bum.
She's holding her newspapers and shit. No, she's holding her little mic. Like, I'm fucking the shit out of her. Reporting live, Alex is fucking me. Yep, in and out. Yep, this is good stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Where's my fucking money?
Yelling at each other inside the LCBO. In fact, they heard one shout, "Get the expletive away from me, man," in the moments leading up to the shooting.
Like, how do they do that voice? Like, what the fuck?
Imagine being able to build.
Yo, imagine these nuts on your fucking face. Right? Imagine what? Don't tell me imagine shit. Imagine these fucking nuts on your face. I got work in the morning. Don't tell me imagine. What the fuck is there to imagine? We have work in the fucking morning. You know? What? I got a fucking beard growing in. You're telling me imagine? Imagine what? I'm a grown ass man. The fuck do I need to imagine? I just do it. God, bro.
Build an app with your name on it.
Oh,
Just
really?
by thinking about it.
Really? I can build an app just by thinking about it. All right, let me just...
Since Kuba's death came at a time when Canada was seeing an influx of violent crimes pertaining to COVID-19 rules, news of his murder made headlines across the country.
Oh, my left nut's hurting. I'm gonna thug it out.
Some were appalled at how someone can be killed over something as minor as social distancing, while others
Shit!
were surprised, considering how on edge the entire city was at the time.
I think that this city is, well, humanity right now.
Oh my God. Anne Fitzpatrick. What do you think about Anne right here? She looks like one of those teachers that you just got a question, man. I'm not gonna lie. Anne, what the fuck does Anne have to say about this situation?
Shortly after the shooting, Getta was released on bail and took the opportunity to release more music, but not before getting himself into more legal trouble. On August 8, 2022, he was charged with assaulting a peace officer and sentenced to 1 day plus 30 days of pre-sentence custody and given a
A peace officer? What the fuck is a peace officer?
5-year weapons prohibition. A year later, he would go on to release 2 new songs.
I had to try, couldn't tell you about the nights that I cried. Standing on that corner wishing that the dogs roll side. Something happened, get the
We're gonna turn that shit off.
fuck if a nigga want touch it. If a nigga want touch it, I don't give a fuck if a nigga want touch it. If a nigga want touch it, I don't give a fuck if a nigga want touch it.
Yeah, brother, we're gonna turn
stand
that
trial
on.
in the beginning of 2024. In court, the Crown presented several pieces of evidence, including a knife and a single 9mm cartridge casing, both of which were found at the scene of the crime. They argued, although
You can't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Shooting, Getta was keen on getting revenge for embarrassing him in front of his female companion. They also pointed out surveillance footage showing Getta walking in the direction of Kuba, which refutes his statement of walking towards his car. Kuba can then be seen making eye contact with Getta and walking right towards him. The footage is then zoomed in on Getta pulling out a gun from his waistband. He insists it wasn't a gun, rather, it was his hand with nothing in it. The two can be seen having a brief discussion moments before things turned deadly. The defense tried to argue provocation, claiming the situation wouldn't have turned out the way it did if Kuba didn't pull out a knife, but the judge wasn't buying it. The judge was quoted saying, with respect to the partial defense of provocation, it does not matter if Mr. Sudameriki had a knife in his hand at this point because Mr. Roberts had his gun in one of his hands and was ready to use it in whatever confrontation that was about to happen. Plus, after pulling out the gun, Kuba screamed no and attempted to flee, but Getta chased him down and shot him in the back, thus making him out to be the aggressor in the confrontation. In cross-examination, Getta was asked by the Crown if his anger was attributable to the racial slur and the pulling of the knife, or a result of being so high from having smoked up to 12 joints that day. So you are agreeing with me that you're blind?
12? Holy fuck. 12, huh? Go get him, man. Jesus Christ. 12? 12 blunts and playing Fortnite?
Rage had nothing to do with the fact that you had smoked 12 joints by that point. Getta replied, my reaction, it might have played a role, correct, because if you know marijuana, I don't know.
Yeah, if you fucking smoked 12 joints, I'm sure that had a crucial effect on how you fucking acted.
And it affects how you think. I was more enraged at the fact that somebody's calling me with a knife in their hand. I really can't say if the high affected me. I'm not sure. I just know I went into a blind rage at the fact that he called me with a knife in his hand.
That's crazy.
When the Crown and defense were done presenting their sides of the case, Superior Court Justice Nola Garton's final remarks before sentencing are as follows. Having considered the video evidence and all the evidence as a whole, the calm and focused way in which Mr. Roberts stood his ground with Mr. Sudameriki in the LCBO, his confronting Mr. Sudameriki almost immediately thereafter and then chasing and shooting him from behind when he had the chance. I am satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt that when Mr. Roberts fired that shot, he intended to kill Mr. Sudameriki. And coming to this conclusion, I am satisfied.
Yeah, but didn't white boy pull out a fucking knife? Confronting the situation?
That the
like he
Crown
started
has
it?
burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Mr. Roberts is therefore found guilty of second-degree murder.
Holy fuck.
Sitting in the prisoner's box in a gray shirt and blazer, showed no emotion as he was convicted. In Canada, a second-degree murder conviction carries a mandatory life sentence with no possibility of parole for at least 10 years, but no more than 25. The exact details of Getta's parole eligibility has not been publicly disclosed. The case of Getta is a tragic reminder of how a small conflict can lead to devastating consequences. A brief argument over social distancing ended in a life lost and another changed forever. As Getta faces the consequences of his actions, this story highlights the importance of staying calm and valuing life, even in tense moments.
Wow, man. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. He was what, 21? Seeing something that's someone that's 15 in your 20s, wow. Wait, hold up. The bitch was 15? I did not hear that. Oh, I thought she was a grown adult. What? Yeah, that is wild, bro. She lied about her age and it was never like that. Okay, I'm not rolling with that shit.
Weezy out of here.
Send him to life! Anyways, you know, great video reaction. Tales of Toronto, the crazy story of Getta.